I got a lot of comments on my last video, and it seems like people, like the newest kind of fear against Bitcoin is people are conflating Bitcoin with CBDCs or central bank digital currencies. Basically, they're saying, Bitcoin as digital money, it can be tracked, through your IP, through this, and eventually it will be used as like an Orwellian currency to control humanity or whatever. And I definitely get the skepticism. Like, it feels like everything, from our food seems like it's designed to poison us. Our news is designed to propagandize the population. Our education system is more like an indoctrination system. So why wouldn't Bitcoin also just be created by whatever, the CIA or the Federal Reserve or whatever? And I think you have to differentiate a CBDC and Bitcoin. So go to whatever, AI you use, research, listen to educated people on this topic on the difference between Bitcoin and a central bank digital currency. Because everything that these people are saying, that Bitcoin is controlled, this and that, is true for CBDCs, right? A CBDC is a central bank issued digital currency that's tied to your real identity, tied to your government identity, and it can be shut off or turned on or off at the whims of the people that issue it. Bitcoin is a completely different system from that. No one can stop you from using your money, right? With a central bank digital currency, if you're at the wrong protest, if you bought too much meat this week or, whatever, they can just turn off your money at the snap of a finger. But with Bitcoin, right, you can, if you run your own implementation of the software, you can do that over a private network, like a Tor network. You can run a Bitcoin node, and you can broadcast your own transactions, right? In that environment, when you run your own implementation of the software over a private network that has no reflection on you, right? To use Bitcoin, you don't have to enter in your identity, do KYC, know your customer, all that. There's nothing tying it to your identity. Yes, there's, we're tracked everywhere we go online, but you can take measures to enable more privacy with using your money, using your sovereign money. So yeah, if you have this kind of thing that you think Bitcoin is secretly, controlled or whatever, just like I said, research the difference between Bitcoin and a CBDC. I think that will, clear a bit of the air. And yeah, like I would think the same thing, right? I think there's so much in our society that's designed to make us sick, make us, mentally clouded, keep us further from source, further from God. So like, yeah, if I hadn't done the research that I have and learned about Bitcoin and advocated for it like I have, then I would probably think the same thing. So yeah, Bitcoin versus a CBDC, there's a big differentiator there. And Bitcoin is a network that no one can control. No one can shut off your Bitcoin because you made a bad social media post. No one can do that with Bitcoin. So it truly is sovereign money. It's money that we all agree upon the rules of that money, and we all strengthen the network by participating in it and by using it as money. So Bitcoin is better money. I even had someone say that barter is the only form of true money, something along those lines. And like, I would encourage you to go listen to some of Jesse Meyer's Once in a Species. Like, he has a long podcast on it and an article about it. And basically he talks about why, yes, we need money as a society. We can't just barter, right? That's not a sustainable system. Bitcoin is the monetary network of the future, the monetary network of privacy, security, keeping your purchasing power, and all of the above. So if we were just a bartering society, then we would just be a tribal species, right? We wouldn't have a way to exchange, do trade, do commerce with people outside of our immediate circle, our immediate tribe. We would just be a bunch of tribes killing each other, and that wouldn't work. So do some more research before you start commenting on how Bitcoin is a psyop by the CIA designed to enslave humanity. And yeah, that's about it for me today, and I will see you in the next one.